So, how did this whole case start? The threats are meant for Natasha, no doubt about that. There was something Natasha didn't speak about. Natasha is terrified, and she's in real danger. But she kept this list hidden from us. It seems too important to keep it a secret. What can we do with this list? I know only one person who moves in circles high enough to know where it's from. Lewis. We must ask him. if we want to get out of this dead end. So, the card is, maybe a dead end. The piece of painting, too.
But the list Philmar gave us...
Exactly. Full of those imposing names. And I only know one person who moves in similar circles.
Lamar.
Yes, Marty. It's Lewis. Exactly.
Of course, it's Lewis. But where do we find the Bunny Man?
Well, since he owns this building, I'm hoping he's here. It's worth a call.
You know his number?
By heart. 555-932. I wrote it down in my notebook as well.
Oh, you are a professional, Boss Bird. What? Why are you staring at me?
I don't know. I'm still not used to us working together again.
Really? I didn't get used to it for 10 years, if that helps.
Only 9, Marty. Only 9. To be honest, I'm glad I don't have to do this alone.
That's not something I often hear from you, boss. Yeah? What?
Nothing. Forget it.
Yeah? What?
Nothing. Forget it. If there are books in the world worth feeling sorry for, these are them. Maybe when I can't afford heating anymore, I'll make a good fire out of them. Maybe when I can't... Of all that's furry, I should be doing something. But I just stare out the window like a feather-brained fool. Pull yourself together, Sonny. When this is all over, I'm gonna hire me a secretary. Maybe I'm really gonna write that novel. If I make it to retirement alive, of course. Would you like a shot?
You know what? When we're done with the case, then we can celebrate.
Let's hope the case won't end us instead.
Amen to that, Brother Bird.
Marty's right. We need a clear head for this. I think there's family stuff in there. What's left after my wife and daughter. If I remember correctly, I threw away the key while I was drunk. Or swallowed it. Hey, Lewis, sorry to disturb you again. Could you come over to my place? I have a question for you. It's very important. It's about a case.
A real case? With the chicken police? Of course, Sonny. I'll be over in a few minutes.
Thanks, pal. I owe you one.
One? Just another second.
Good old Rabbit. I can always rely on him. Sometimes I feel a little bad about using him so much, but he's so eager to help, I wouldn't want to break his enthusiasm. Thanks, Lewis. Again.
Oh, don't mention it. Besides, it was my big dream to help you with a serious case.
Well, let's hope you can help. What can you tell me about this list, old pal?
Well,
these names. I know half of them personally. Maybe even more.
I knew it.
But I have no idea what kind of list this is.
here we go.
But these are all members of the upper class. Politicians, business people. Oh my. Even the commander of the Royal Guard.
Damn.
But I really don't know what it means.
So, is it a dead end?
I'm afraid so. May I ask what you have gotten yourself into? This looks serious.
It's complicated, Lewis. But nothing good. I can tell you that much.
Ah, is there anything else that I can help you with?
Maybe there's something. Maybe I should ask something specific from him. Deborah, the girl who came to me tonight.
Yes, she's a very lovely young lady.
Where did you take her after you two left?
Where she asked me to Flowerville.
Flowerville. Rochester Street 37?
Yes, exactly. Why?
Luck.
Did something happen?
Nothing good, Lewis. Nothing good.
I don't know what you said to him, but after you finished, he almost immediately Van disappeared.
Really? That's suspicious.
Or he had business elsewhere. It's New Year's Eve. Everybody's going somewhere.
I didn't see her after the show. If I'm not mistaken, she usually leaves when everyone else has already left.
What else do you know about her, Lewis?
Oh, not much. What everybody knows. She was a dancer, then a backing singer, then star, and then club owner.
We found out as much already. Do you think she'd fled the Stavonian massacre? That's why the secrecy?
You mean the massacre of the royal family? I'd say her accent is a dead giveaway, and her name too, though it's undoubtedly an alias.
So it's possible that she is a part of the royal family.
I don't think so. Nobody could have survived that awful night.
You're probably right.
This?
This?
Oh, my goodness.
I think we have a bingo, gentlemen.
You see, I also have one of these.
A card? Like this? Really?
Yes. It's a membership card to a very exclusive club.
How exclusive?
Very.
That's what I'm talking about.
What does SN mean, Lewis?
It's the Sweltering Nile.
But that's a...
Well, yes, it's a brothel, but it's not like that. It's something completely different.
Calm down, Lewis. We're not going to tell anybody.
Thank you so much. It is rather embarrassing.
Listen, Lewis, how do we get in?
You want to get in? Well, if you show them this card, they'll surely let you in, but it will be obvious you're not regulars there.
We're used to that.
So, are we going to a luxury brothel?
Correct, Marty. Thanks for the help, Lewis. I owe you one. For the third time today, I think. What should we know about the place, Lewis? Besides what they're dealing in there.
No, it's an elegant and exclusive place. Not everybody visits them for that, you know. Some animals just go for company.
I see. I guess it's mostly visited by the upper class.
Mostly, yes. The wealthy who have a taste.
Yes, of course.
Is it true what they say, that it's some kind of hidden stronghold of the royalists?
The Nile is a proud herald of the coexistence of all the species. Yes, but stronghold? I don't think so.
But the place must be an eyesore for the separatists, right?
Oh, don't worry for the girls, Sonny. They can defend themselves quite well. The separatists wouldn't dare to go near the place.
Well, we'll see what they have to say about these two old cocks.
That was a little bit, equivocal.
Maybe I should... To Marty's delight, we were heading toward the most exclusive brothel in Clawville. The separatists and those opposing the monarchy hated the place, just like they hated everything that supported interracial relations and peaceful coexistence of all species. So the place wasn't just a brothel, it was a symbol. But just like a brothel is not a worthy symbol, Clawville failed to turn out the way it was intended.
Well, here we are. The kingdom of long legs, silky skin, and fluttering lashes. We've arrived.
Calm down, Marty. Watch your blood pressure.
I don't even know. Good gods!
Hey, keep it down, Marty.
I see it now. Of all that's furry.
Yes, it's very furry. Or more like, shaggy. This picture, this one's really artistic for a change.
These brides are elegant. Just like Laszlo said.
Louis.
What do you think could be the old rabbit's type? Fluffy tails? Furry ears? A raspy tongue?
Oh, for the love of all the gods, stop it.
But just think about it.
Please shut up, Marty.
How young is this girl? Damn.
This place is clucked up.
Do you think they're forced to do this?
Marty, we're not here for that. Just for the information we need.
Yeah, but you know what, Sonny? We're fortunate to be able to choose what we do with our lives, huh?
You are, Marty. You have the chance to work with Santino Featherland. Me, on the other hand.
Aha.
That woman, she's familiar.
Do you think it's her? The broad from the Bloody New Year's?
God damn it, Marty, do you have to say it out loud? It gives me goosebumps.
Chicken bumps, more like.
Anyway, I don't know if it's really her. I always get confused by the exotic ones, but yeah, maybe.
Honestly, it gives me the creeps.
Yeah, me too.
Anyway, she's a very attractive gal, huh? And this photo is really something. Very, artistic.
You call that art?
This is what real art is about, Sonny. It's beautiful and mysterious.
Well, you should have seen the picture on Natasha's wall. Your heart would have skipped a beat for sure.
Wait, what picture? Talk to me.
Nothing. Forget it. It's not important.
Hey, you're not getting off that easily. I want to know.
No, my friend, you have to earn that.
You're a real bastard, you know?
I know, Marty. Maybe it is really her.
I call an exotic beauty.
Well, that's one way to put it.
Hey, every animal's the most beautiful thing in the world to someone.
Yeah, you're right.
Oof, I don't know about you, but I go weak in the knees for Stripes.
Please, Marty, I don't want to know. And I don't care. Keep it to yourself. And let's get out of here quickly.
Can't I even talk to you anymore?
You can. Ask about the weather, or how's my lower back. Those two are even connected if you want to know.
Yeah, old fart.
Beauty is relative. Beauty is relative.
Yee, that guy's stare gives me the creeps.
I can see why.
I've always told myself that birds are weird.
What did you just say?
Huh? What? Me? Nothing?
Is he a bouncer or a guest? I'd rather not ask. Holy fur. You swallowed so hard, the whole place shook.
Are you kidding me? I've never seen anything like this before. Is this even legal?
Why wouldn't it be?
I don't know. Vice?
You really must be joking. Vice in Clawville?
Okay, I was pulling your leg. But still, it's a little hot in here.
Oh, cool down, Marty. Don't even look over there. Remember Laura, your wonderful girlfriend, whom you love more than anything.
You don't need to tell me. All I'm thinking about is her.
With a hatchet in her hand.
More like my nuggets.
That's...
Laura.
That's it, Marty. Just slowly turn away from the pictures.
Laura.
That's it, Marty.
Laura.
That's it.
Laura.
That's it.
Excuse me, gentlemen. Would you be so kind as to help me?
With pleasure, ma'am.
The zipper always comes down on my dress. Would you kindly zip it back up?
Can I, Sonny?
What am I, your mother? Do what you want, for God's sake.
Happy to help, ma'am.
Oh, what a gallant young man.
Clucking lords.
Oh, thank you, honey.
Marty, ma'am. Marty McChicken.
Thank you, darling Marty. I'm much obliged.
Anytime, ma'am. Anytime.
May I invite you gentlemen for a drink, perhaps?
No, thank you. We're in a hurry.
Oh.
May I invite you gentlemen?
I think she must be the receptionist.
Bravo, Mr. Detective.
Why'd you have to be like that all the time?
Well, sometimes I seriously can't decide if you've become totally stupid over the years, or it just entertains you to act that way.
Well, you know, that's a good question.
That's exactly what I mean. Maybe she knows something about Deborah, or the card that brought us here.
My name is Day-Night Diamond. Welcome to the Sweltering Nile, gentlemen.
Miss Diamond, I'm Sonny, and this is my partner, Marty.
If I may, miss, you have a beautiful name and exceptionally wonderful stripes.
Marty, not now.
Oh, thank you very much.
Please excuse him. He doesn't visit places like this very often. Me neither, to be honest.
Oh, nothing to worry about, gentlemen. There's a first time for everyone.
You're absolutely right.
We're just interested in a certain lady called Deborah.
Deborah. We don't have any employees by that name right now, but if you want, any of our girls would love to be Deborah for a night.
No. Excuse me, you misunderstand. She doesn't work here.
I'm afraid I don't follow.
It's kind of confusing, but let me try to explain.
Please, I'm at your service. I'll gladly answer any of your questions.
You hear that, Sonny? Any questions?
Shut up, Marty. Have you been working here long, miss?
Almost 5 years, sir.
And do you like your job?
Very much so. I think it's only worth doing anything if you honestly enjoy it.
You hear that, Sonny? You should take that advice.
I'm on it, Marty. I'm trying to get myself fired if you haven't noticed.
Yeah, and me too.
Collateral damage.
I wouldn't want to offend you, far from it, but it's evident you're from the police, even without this.
Is it that obvious?
No, it isn't, but, you know, here in the Nile, we have a keen eye for this kind of thing.
Right. I understand, ma'am. Do you know a gentleman named Louis C. Hayworth?
Of course I do. Mr. Hayworth is a regular guest at our establishment.
I see. How regular, if I may ask?
I can't give you any information about that. House policy.
We have that too. It's called the law, ma'am.
If you have any questions of that nature, please come back with a warrant.
Touche.
Does this list mean anything to you?
This? I'm not sure. No, nothing.
Don't you see some familiar names on there?
I do, but everybody knows those animals. Personally, I have no contact with any of them.
I see. Oh, thank you. Look, she gave this to us. The girl named Deborah, the one we asked you about.
I see.
Do you know what this is?
Of course. It's a membership card.
Was this person a regular here?
If this belonged to her, then yes. I can check for you. Please, the ladies will entertain you while you wait. I'll be right back.
Thank you. Much obliged.
I apologize for the wait. Please, come with me, gentlemen.
So you were successful.
My mistress, Madame Zavas, would like to meet you.
You mean that, Madame Savas?
As far as I know, there's only one of her, so yes,
Please, miss, take us to her.
with pleasure.
Madame Zavas was a legend in Clawville. Her name was known all over the wilderness. She's an avid royalist, former member of the Council of 12, spymaster, assassin, businesswoman, and courtesan. To be honest, I didn't even know she was still alive. She's no spring chicken, that's for sure. She could also be my mother, or maybe my grandmother. First Ibn Wessler, now her. Honestly, tonight, it wouldn't surprise me if His Majesty Hector III didn't grace me with his presence. Interesting pieces.
Do you think so? It's the art of my people.
Crocodiles?
There are many kinds of crocodile in the wilderness, Mr. Featherland. This is the art of the Nilenites.
Ah, hence the name, the Sweltering Nile.
It's a river, Mr. Featherland. My ancestors lived by this river a long time ago.
Huh. Interesting.
Thank you.
Beautiful pieces for sure. They must be worth a fortune.
What a painting! Congratulations, ma'am.
Marty.
Yes. It's beautiful indeed. It's more than 40 years old. You know, I was considered pretty then.
Oh, don't say that. You still look great, ma'am.
Thank you. It feels good, but no. There's no need for lies. Those days are long gone. Every age has its truth and its beauty. For me, beauty is not in the looks anymore.
I agree, ma'am.
Yes, this is the Zavos from the legends. Beautiful and deadly. There are books here on quite a variety of topics. That's quite a wide range of interests. There are books here on quite a variety of topics. So she is the legendary Madame Zavos. So she is the Let me introduce myself properly, ma'am.
Mr. Santino, I know who you are. And I also know your partner. The legend of the Chicken Police is always one step ahead of the Chicken Police.
Thank you. That's flattering.
May I ask what you are looking for exactly? Here on this night?
You know, that's an interesting question. The card we've shown your lovely colleague
Belongs to an old friend of ours whom we haven't seen for a long time here.
and the name.
Unfortunately, no, Mr. Santino. That's confidential information. In my line of work, discretion is everything.
Well, you know, in our line of work, the law is above everything.
Oh, do you think so? I could tell you what your colleagues think is also above everything, but as I said, discretion.
Look, ma'am, we don't want to impose. We're conducting a private investigation, which started off as harmless, but now it's murder.
That sounds serious.
It is serious. That's why we'd be grateful for your help.
In that case, I'm at your service. Ask your questions, and I'm going to answer to the best of my knowledge. As long as you're not wading through muddy waters.
Fortunately, I swim very well for a chicken.
I swim well, too. This place isn't just our home with the girls. It's a sanctuary.
Really? How?
It symbolizes why the city was founded almost 1,000 years ago. Unity, love, freedom.
Interbreeding?
That too, yes. Do you have a problem with that?
Oh, don't get me wrong. I don't. My girlfriend's a predator.
Really? I'm glad to hear it. As I was saying, it belongs to us. Only our most valuable guests have one of these. And our employees, of course.
The employees, too. Good to know. Can you tell me if this card belonged to a guest or an employee?
No.
I thought so. Yes, thank you. Do you know Natasha Katsenko personally?
Yes, I do.
Tell me about her.
Warm-hearted, protective, quick-tempered, fierce. Yes, fierce.
Thank you. Very useful. Louis Hayworth is a good friend of mine. It surprises me that he's a regular here.
You wouldn't believe our clientele. You would be shocked.
No doubt. Louis, does he come here often?
Not so often.
Thank you for the vague answer, ma'am.
The mystery is thrilling. The thrill is life itself.
That was beautiful, ma'am.
Tell me, have you ever seen this list?
I have.
Am I right to assume it has something to do with the sweltering Nile?
It does, yes. But I can't tell you more about it. No.
Discretion is key.
Absolutely. So, gentlemen, what do you want to know?
Let's see. Deceit is everything to Zavos. She used to be a spy, so I'm going to take her every word with a grain of salt. Who's behind the legend, Miss Zavos? Who are you, really?
Just an animal raised to survive, Mr. Featherland. And because I've been taught, I know how to survive. I always was what I had to be.
And you managed to dodge my question. Clever.
Well, you see, this is one of the typical elements of survival. The way of dodging a delicate question and still making the questioner believe he got the answer. But you're too cunning and experienced, aren't you? You're not an easy one to fool.
I'm trying to maintain appearances, ma'am.
You should. Appearances, most of the time, are stronger and more dangerous than the truth.
Isn't it dangerous being a royalist nowadays?
You know, Mr. Featherland, those that are genuinely dedicated never care about danger. That's something you must know even better than I.
Do you think it's my loyalty that motivates me the most? If you do, I'm sorry to disappoint you.
Maybe you're not loyal to the police, Mr. Featherland, but you are to your own principles and ideals. Am I right?
That's true, but you're avoiding the question. Why did you stay in the king's employment after the scandals that are making half the city riot? What makes you still believe so much in the institution of monarchy?
You know, I always adapt, but only to a degree where I still don't have to give up myself and my ideals for the sake of survival.
You'd rather die then?
Maybe it would seem too dramatic or even romantic to you, but yes, exactly.
I'm sorry to doubt you, but I've always thought your kind was rather compromised.
Do you mean spies or crocodiles?
Spies, of course.
I must disappoint you, but there aren't many groups as loyal and unwavering as the spies, Mr. Featherland.
If you're telling me, ma'am, I believe you. What is the sweltering Nile? Is it really just a luxury brothel?
First of all, it's what it looks like. Luxurious relaxation with luxurious ladies and gentlemen. For wealthy ladies and gentlemen with luxurious needs.
And under the surface?
If you're insinuating that my girls are kind of spies, you're on the wrong track. On a very wrong track, to be precise.
Don't they have confidential information on almost all the wealthy bachelors of Clawville?
Bachelors? Don't be naive. Almost exclusively married men visit here.
Well, then my question is even more valid.
Of course, they know much. Many visit here who don't care about sex, Mr. Featherland. Some come here to talk. And meanwhile, they inadvertently say a lot about themselves.
Which makes them easy targets for blackmail, right?
It could, yes, but even the assumption is offensive.
If I guess who the card belongs to, will you tell me?
I wouldn't say that's an acceptable price for such a secret as this, but if you guess right, I won't lie to you. Then, I will tell you you were right. Yes.
Good. Let's see. The answer to my question, Natasha Katsenko.
Well, Mr. Featherland, it seems the gossip about you is right. What gave it away?
It couldn't have been easier. There's a beautiful woman with a mysterious past, trying to keep it a secret, while someone's threatening her with the exact same thing, leaving rather unmistakable messages behind. Plus, we found the card on Deborah, who was her best friend and confidant, so she was either trying to hide it or destroy it forever, so no one could find out the truth. Am I right so far?
Indeed, Mr. Featherland.
So if I'm not mistaken, Natasha used to work for you before she met Ibn Wessler. He fell in love with her, gave her a job at the Millions Club. The rest is history.
You have talent, Mr. Featherland. I'm really sorry you're not working for the government.
I am working for the government. I'm a cop.
Are you sure, Mr. Featherland?
Touché.
Indeed. Natasha used to work here. We can put it that way, but you know, this isn't just a workplace. She also lived here. She was part of our family, and we still love her very much.
Right. That puts everything in a different light. Savas is a true survivor, always was. And she's proud of that, even to this day. Maybe I can get her to trust me if I play to this part of her. Why did you take her in? Maybe you saw yourself in Natasha.
She was only 17 when she knocked on the rear entrance of the brothel on an unusually cold, rainy night. I opened the door myself.
Was Natasha alone?
Yes, completely alone. Her left arm was slashed with an ugly wound, and she was frozen to the bone, barefoot, only a thin nightgown on her.
Did she tell you what happened to her?
After I brought her into the house, warmed her up, and changed her into new clothes, that was the first thing I asked. But no, she didn't tell me. We became very good friends, but I still don't know what happened to her and where she came from, or how she knew about this place and the rear entrance.
And you weren't bothered by all those secrets?
That would have been very hypocritical of me, don't you think? No, it didn't bother me. I make a living out of secrets, Mr. Featherland.
I see. Do you know where Natasha came from before Clawville?
Naturally. The poor dear couldn't even deny it. Even her name's eloquent, her accent, but mostly her manners, Mr. Featherland. She's from Stovos, and she belonged to the upper class of Stavonian social circles. She could barely even speak the language when I first met her.
That's all you know about her. An ex-spy like you must have checked up on her new protege's past.
That's the most exciting thing. Yes, I have. Multiple times putting my most treasured connections to good use. But nobody found anything. Natasha's trail could only be traced back to the Stavonian border. What happened in that country, no one knows.
It's rather curious, don't you think?
It is, Mr. Featherland. Yes, curious. That's why I've always been rather fond of Natasha.
Did it touch you deeply when she left you?
Indeed, it did.
Zavos is protective. It seems she's dedicating her whole life to her proteges. If I concentrate on that, maybe she'll open up to me. Why did you let her leave with Wessler?
What else could I have done? Wessler is a handsome, rich, powerful animal, and Natasha fell in love with him. If anything, I know you can't stand in the way of a woman in love. There's nothing more dangerous, Mr. Featherland.
I've been in this job for more than 20 years, but I haven't heard that one before.
You see? You learn something new every day if you have an open mind. Yes.
Were you angry at her for leaving? Afraid she might blab secrets.
Wouldn't you like to hear that? Yes, it would be a classic. The controlling crocodile obsessed with power can't take losing her favorite protege and seeks revenge.
I'm not saying it happened like that, but it could have.
Now, Mr. Featherland, you're smarter than that. You know very well that's not how it happened.
Maybe I just wanted to hear it from you. Still, I feel like you're not telling me everything.
Of course I'm not, Mr. Featherland.
Well, thank you for your honesty.
Don't mention it.
How did you feel when you learned Natasha was going to leave?
Honestly, I was very hurt. I loved her as a daughter. How would you have felt?
I couldn't say.
And I still couldn't stop her, and you know why?
Of course I do, because you loved her.
You've been in my shoes before, am I right, Detective? Yes, I can feel you have.
This isn't about me, madam. Please stop changing the subject.
I have felt betrayed on a certain level. Yes, and offended, and alone. Even amongst all my friends.
Were you disappointed in her?
Only in myself, Mr. Featherland. But I have a hunch you know this feeling very well.
Yes, you're right. Well, thank you for your time, madam.
Anytime, Detective. Yes, anytime.
Deceit. Who's behind the... Tell me, were you really the king's spy?
If that's such an open secret, then I haven't been doing my job very well, isn't that right? Yes, I was a spy. But that's such a blunt way of putting it. I always say I used to undertake confidential, generally political assignments of a delicate nature for the king that were in the interests of national security.
Put that way, it sounds rather romantic.
Don't believe the cheap fiction, Mr. Featherland. Espionage is anything but romantic.
I believe you, madam.
If you must know, I only did it because I believed I could protect those that I serve. Weapons have only one use in this world. To keep the peace. Yes, I always thought about myself and my craft that way.
Thank you for your honesty, ma'am. Why is the identity of the card's owner so delicate, Miss Zavas?
You know, in my line of work, discretion is above everything. Yes. But of course, I have my own interest, like everybody else.
You mean every secret has its price?
Precisely, Mr. Featherland. But the price is not always measured in money.
Information. The most valuable thing for a spy.
I'm not a spy, Mr. Featherland, but in a way, you're right. A secret is such a valuable thing that I only exchange one secret for another.
If I guess who the card belongs to, will you tell me?
I wouldn't say that's an acceptable price for such a secret as this, but if you guess right, I won't lie to you. Then, I will tell you you were right. Yes.
Good. Let's see. The answer to my question. Natasha Katsenko.
Well, Mr. Featherland, it seems the gossip about you is right. What gave it away?
It couldn't have been easier. There's a beautiful woman with a mysterious past, trying to keep it a secret, while someone's threatening her with the exact same thing, leaving rather unmistakable messages behind. Plus, we found the card on Deborah, who was her best friend and confidant, so she was either trying to hide it or destroy it forever, so no one could find out the truth. Am I right so far?
Indeed, Mr. Featherland.
So if I'm not mistaken, Natasha used to work for you before she met Ibn Wessler. He fell in love with her, gave her a job at the Millions Club. The rest is history.
You have talent, Mr. Featherland. I'm really sorry you're not working for the government.
I am working for the government. I'm a cop.
Are you sure, Mr. Featherland?
Touché.
Indeed. Natasha used to work here. We can put it that way, but you know, this isn't just the workplace. She also lived here. She was part of our family, and we still love her very much.
Right. That puts everything in a different light. Zavos is a true survivor, always was. And she's proud of that, even to this day. Maybe I can get her to trust me if I play to this part of her. You tried to shape her into your image.
I reject your assumption, Mr. Featherland. Natasha was a self-sufficient woman even at 17. She was wounded, afraid, and running from something, but self-sufficient nevertheless.
And you hadn't tried to change that?
I'm not one to change animals. I'm not a psychologist, Mr. Featherland. Nor am I some secret spy training officer. The girls are all here of their own accord. So was Natasha. And all the other girls who left me.
Thank you. I actually believe you. You knew you were taking a risk, yet you still took her in. Why?
I don't know, Mr. Featherland. These things can't always be rationally explained. Not even when I've lived my whole life based on reason, on logic, almost every step calculated.
So Natasha came and turned your whole life upside down. She's like that, isn't she?
It's in her nature, yes. Poor thing can't help it. She's like a tornado. She usually takes everything with her.
That's quite an apt metaphor. But I have to agree.
Did she sweep you away, too?
I don't know yet, madam. I'm clinging firmly to the ground. Do you know where Natasha came from? Zavos is... Didn't it occur to you that you could exploit Natasha and Ibn's relationship?
Me? How? And in what way could I have done that?
You were a famous spy, madam. It's easy to imagine you've conditioned Natasha to seduce Ibn Wessler and help you get close to his money and influence.
Look around you, Mr. Featherbrain. Do I look like someone who needs money and influence?
Power corrupts.
Yes. There's truth to that. Good point. But it's nothing like that for me. I love Natasha as my daughter. And I believe she too loves me as her mother. And I would never have used this.
Have you kept in touch?
Only occasionally, Mr. Featherland. She writes to me every few weeks, and very rarely we talk on the phone. But I haven't heard from her in weeks. The truth is, I've started to worry about her.
Did she give no sign of being in trouble?
Never. No. Natasha's not the kind to talk about her feelings.
Yeah, I've noticed that myself. When was the last time you saw her, Madame Zavas?
Maybe around 2 months ago. There was a ball, attended by Ibn Wessler, his beautiful mate Natasha, and myself. Yes.
Was she herself? Did you feel like she was afraid or worried about something?
On the contrary, she was unrestrained, free, radiant. She was in love. Yes, in her own unique way.
What do you mean?
You know Natasha loves on a different level than most Clawville women. Or most women in the wilderness, in fact. Maybe it's because of the Stovonian origins. Perhaps it's something else.
So you didn't notice anything strange about her?
Well, if anything could be called strange, it was that I saw a woman positively floating above the ground, who previously used to stand on it with 2 feet.
I see. Thank you, madam. How did you feel when you learned Natasha? Deceit. Who's behind the... Tell me. Why did you decide to open a brothel?
You know, this place used to be an orphanage. Then after the Great Avian Plague, a hatchery. Then young mothers lived here who had nowhere else to go. That's when I took over.
Young mothers and prostitutes. That feels like a sharp turn.
No, it didn't happen like that, of course. The process took 20 years, but one thing remains the same. I wanted to help girls who had nothing and no one. To help them.
And this was the best you could do, helping them sell their bodies.
You see things very superficially, Mr. Featherland. We're a family who helped each other even at the worst of times, took care of each other, and what's most important, survived. Yes, survive, no matter the cost.
And it's the cherry on top of the most treasured secrets of the rich and famous.
Very insightful, Mr. Featherland. There's truth to that. Knowledge is power, as they say. And we know a lot about powerful animals that could be used as weapons. Or the opposite. That could avert a war.
If I guess who the car save us is a true survivor. You tried to protect her. From what?
Natasha came to me penniless, cold to the bone, and wounded. She was only 17 years old. Even if she were my enemy, I would have taken her in until she recovered. Yes, I'm like that. I was raised to be like that.
Haven't you seen any opportunities for profit? Or were you guided by pure animal goodness?
Is that so hard for you to believe?
I think that worldly women like you try to turn every position to their advantage. I hope I don't offend you.
On the contrary. But no. I didn't see any opportunities in a girl who could barely speak our language, who was starving and wounded and obviously running from something. In fact, I was taking unnecessary risks because of her.
Your stone-cold image is just a mask, isn't it?
Am I that transparent?
Not at all. You're playing your role perfectly. You're more sensitive than you appear.
Should I take that as a compliment, Detective?
It was a simple statement of fact.
Then thank you.
Do you know where Natasha Zavos is? Have you kept in touch? When was the last time? How did you feel?
Please, gentlemen, wait here a moment. I would like to show you something that could help you.
Oh, that's excellent news. Thank you. We will wait.
Do you trust her?
Not in the slightest. Even her smile is fake. This woman wallowed in other animals' secrets until she became one too.
That's exactly how I feel.
Anyway, now that we're here, we can take a better look around.
Just what I was thinking.
These books are here for a reason. They mean something. These books are here for a reason. These books are here for a reason. These books are here for a reason.
Hidden door. Who'd have thought?
She is a legendary ex-spy.
Well, this is something I've never understood. Why isn't a key good enough? I mean, you can take that with you, but riddles can be solved by anyone.
I don't think many animals get to be in this room, Marty. And the other thing is...
Maybe she wanted us to find it.
Exactly what I'm thinking. Who knows? Anyway, we're going in.
This room is not like her at all.
The other must have been for show. Marty, this is the reality. We're talking about a professional spy.
A former spy.
Still, if anyone knows how to mask her real face, it's her.
But you think this is who she really is? Cold, dark, and tiny.
And full of secrets. Names, numbers, dates. Oh, furry gods.
Do you think they all belong to the brothel?
Hell no. Half of it is a matter of national security.
What did we step into?
You know what? I don't care, Marty. I'm too old for conspiracies. The only thing that matters to me is to find out what the furry hell we're doing here.
And what it has to do with Natasha.
Sure. I don't want to know what's in them, and there's no time to search the place either.
So the rumors are true.
Military intelligence. This dame's really something. I'm starting to think the whole brothel is just a cover.
Makes sense. You think she's still working for Royal Intelligence?
Well, based on what she told us, she's a committed royalist. So I imagine she does. If we fly too close to the sun, we burn our wings. If we fly too...
Hector III, our great and fair king.
I feel sorry for the poor fox, to be honest.
I don't. He has it pretty good.
Would you like to live your life as a puppet? Everything you do, carefully planned. Your rule and authority, the whole thing, just for show.
Even if he is just a puppet, Clawville needs a king. He gives strength and hope to many animals.
I guess. We shouldn't cross the king. That would be beyond our pay grade.
This place gives me the creeps.
Me too. We better get out of here before she comes back.
Somebody started typing a letter but left it unfinished.
What does it say?
Number 2947222, report about separatist group movements.
Damn it. Don't even read that.
What? Why not?
I don't know about you, but I don't want to get caught up in the royalist-separatist conflict. What you don't know can't hurt you, right?
I can't even recognize you, boss. Where did you put your sense of adventure?
My sense of adventure has retired. Leave it alone. Just forget it's here, son. This has got to be it, Marty. Look at the missing page.
Oh, gods. And look at the names.
Yeah, the ladies and their guests.
Damn.
What this means, Marty, is that the most influential people in the city had been Natasha's patrons. Some even from the royal family.
This book could destabilize Clawville.
At least the Clawville we currently know.
You think this is behind everything? Somebody's blackmailing Natasha because of this?
That could easily be the case. But something still doesn't fit. That piece of a painting.
Sonny?
If there's even a small chance of...
Sonny,
What?
there's another familiar name here.
What are you talking about?
Clucking hell, Sonny. Molly?
She was working here too.
It's probably someone else with the same name.
So that's why Natasha told me they'd known each other for a long time.
Look, boss.
I can't believe it. All those stories about her past.
Listen, Bossbird. Molly loved you, right? Isn't that what matters?
Marty, please shut your fucking beak right now or I'll shut it for you.
Okay, boss. I'm sorry. But
Just shut the cluck up.
We've caught them sneaking around, Miss Diamond, you see?
I see, madam.
no, back off, ladies.
There's no need for this. We don't want trouble.
No, maybe you don't. Unfortunately, trouble has found you, gentlemen.
Madam Zavos, we needed to know the connection. What this place has to do with Natasha. And And my wife.
Filthy cops? He's talking gibberish. May I shoot him?
No, not yet, Miss Diamond.
I'd be very sorry to put holes in your lovely striped skin, but believe me, baby, I will. I've always wanted to know if diamonds are bulletproof.
Please, madam. It'll all be over in a second.
No. We have received different orders, Miss Diamond. Stand down.
Oh, I see. The pony does tricks on command. Well, I'm not surprised.
That's enough, Marty. You knew who she was, didn't you? What she meant to me.
Well, well, Mr. Featherland. Aren't you interested in your case anymore? No? All it took was a name from your past, and your professionalism drowned in the mud.
Stop playing games with me, Zavos. What does all this have to do with Molly?
Nothing at all. No, she was just a little bird among the many who sought refuge here.
You forced her into this.
You'd love to hear that, but until she met you, she was one of us. Just another...
You clucking...
Sonny, no!
I think I was dreaming. But it wasn't the kind of dream you'd want to remember. Dark and painful. Then the suffocating smoke woke me. It wasn't fried eggs, that's for sure. Where was I? What happened? That treacherous crocodile. Then I saw Marty, who looked as horrible as I felt. Well, I've always wanted a romantic sea voyage.
Gods damn it. I knew I shouldn't have gone along with this.
Marty, I told you could get out any time.
And you knew damn well that I wouldn't. That I would never leave you in deep shit once I've joined you. You knew it, and you still asked me to do it.
Marty, listen.
You're a selfish bastard, Sonny, and you drag everyone around you down with you. How long was it till retirement? 120 days?
121.
But you just couldn't sit still on your ass, could you? Well, take a good look around, boss bird. This is you. And this is what follows you. Just this clucking misery. And dead bodies. Do you understand? You have nothing else to offer but suffering.
Marty.
And feeling sorry for yourself. Oh, you're great at that. I can't believe this shit. We're gonna die here on a goddamn blazing ship like roast chicken. Well, it's dramatic at least, just like you like it.
Marty.
What?
I've almost managed to untie the knot. But if you keep thrashing around like that, we're really gonna die here.
Ah, for cluck's sake, fine. Work your magic. Until then, I'm gonna say all the prayers I know.
You better.
So what now?
Now we run and swim.
I can't swim.
Well, you better learn fast or you'll die. I'm not gonna drag your fat ass to the shore if that's what you're hoping.
Well, I shouldn't have brought this many guns with me.
Throw them away then.
Never.
Then they'll drag you down into the deep. Nah, I don't care. I always thought your gun mania would be your undoing.
Cluck you, Sonny.
We have to survive this first.
Well, after you, boss bird.
That furry, fucking clucking gods. Damn.
Yeah.
Listen, Marty.
What?
What you said on the ship.
What about it?
You were right. I knew this would happen. Or something like it. I dragged you into this deliberately. Because I'm not enough on my own.
Sonny, cut the crap.
No, I'm serious. I knew I couldn't do this alone. I needed you to look out for me.
I don't need this, all right? Stop playing the wounded soul. I don't fucking care.
Fair enough. You're right.
Hell yeah, I'm fucking right.
I'll, shut up now.
Good.
You've seen better days too, haven't you? Pluck me. That's old Captain Marsh. I thought he died 50 years ago. He was a local legend back when I was a kid.
I think I must have hit my head pretty badly.
Say, isn't that Captain Marsh?
You see him too? Oh, thank the gods.
Ho, 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 lads. What the hairy devil are you doing out here? Isn't it a bit cold for a swim?
It was warm on the ship, at least while it was burning.
I bet it was. Arr.
Hey, Captain, how's it hanging?
It's hanging all right. Arr. What about you lubbers? What was all that ruckus, eh?
Oh, I think someone tried to kill us, Captain. Again.
Come on, Boise. There's nothing new there.
Yeah, old rust can't be scraped away.
Did you see anything, Captain?
Arr, of course I have. A burning ship. Then two cocks suddenly learned to fly. And even swim, by gad. Oh, what a time to be alive, eh?
You haven't changed a bit, old man.
Sure I haven't. I'm steady, like the Sea of Clawville.
Yeah, except that Clawville doesn't have a sea.
Of course it does, laddie. Just not here in Clawville.
Okay, that's too much for me.
A black car stopped not far from here. A rich-looking car, shiny and all.
Yeah? What else?
Two big lads stepped out of it. One of them was looking like some kind of cow. The other was a cat, a big cat. They were fancy looking at the ship. I don't blame them. It's not something you see every day. I swear on all the saints of the sea. Arr.
Just a wild guess. Was it a ram and a bobcat?
Arr, exactly. Are you friends of theirs?
Well, an acquaintance. It's the bouncer of the Tsar Club, and the goon that was hanging around Ibn.
Plumey gods. Zavas answers to Ibn too. Or at least they're connected.
Yeah.
Oh, arr. That sounds exciting.
Easy, old-timer. This Ram fella, what did he do after watching us?
Nothing at all, laddie. When that lovely ship started to sink, they got into their pretty car and got away like bats out of hell.
So they didn't see us swimming to shore.
I wouldn't know that.
What now?
I don't know. We can't go to the station, that's for sure.
We agree on that.
I think I broke a rib or two.
My sight's getting blurry.
Pluck me. You know what this means?
Oh, no. I'd rather go blind than go to Bubo's.
We have to, pal.
I'm not your pal, especially after tonight.
Come on. We got no choice.
Well, we survived the burning ship. I guess we'll survive the madman, too.
Don't be so optimistic.
Tell me, Captain, do you hang out here all the time?
This behind me is me ship, lads. Or at least, it's a ship I'm living in at the moment. It's not mine, you know.
And what do you do?
I stand here and watch the sea.
The sea? You mean the River Times?
River? Arr, that was a good one, boy.
Okay.
Do you know anything about the place called the Sweltering Nile?
Of course I do, me boys. But they don't really tolerate folks like me there.
Not surprised. Have you heard anything unusual about it?
Arr, sure I have. They have the most beautiful wenches there, laddie. Like sirens of the sea. And they're willing to do anything for you. If only I were a spring chicken like ye are, I'd be already running over there.
Well, actually, Captain, that's where we came from.
On a burning ship? Bloody hell. You know how to live, lads.
We're doing our best, Captain.
Hey, you be. Arr.
Have you heard the name Madame Zavas?
When I was young like ye, they were talking about a gorgeous crocodile with that name. Aye, beautiful and deadly. Just how I like my women.
Me too.
It's her, yeah. Less beautiful now, but just as deadly.
She has something to do with the burning ship, eh?
You're quite the detective.
So I've been told.
But seriously, have you seen anything?
Of course I have. I'm always watching, my lad. Just ask me. What do you want to know?
Come to daddy, Doc.